profile that you like to cook.
Oh.
Hey everyone. Damn, I love KFC. We're gonna do this. What an intro. Hey guys, how you doing today? Zachary, welcome. Waluigi, how you doing guys? Sunrise, Dragomir. We're gonna try out this new game. I love you, Colonel Sanders. And I hope you love that intro. Right, so for this game, I've heard it's like a dating simulator. I've had a couple of drinks, by the way, just to get me into the mood of things. So what do you do in it? I haven't a clue. I haven't really looked up anything into this. Should we try this out and see what it's all about? Right, so we want a start. So what should we call our name? Oh, guys. Right, before we get started, tell us our name. So I'm not going to go with ADH Gaming. I'm going to call this something a bit different. What about chicken drumsticks? We can't put chicken drumsticks. Chicken popcorn. Hey Packy Shepherd, how you doing? We're going to be called chicken popcorn. Yeah, you know what? It's been a thing in my streams for a while that I love KFC so much. Little nuggets. Should have called it that. It's been a thing in my stream for a while that I love KFC. So, you know, they announced this game. I had to play it. I love the little chicken up in the top right as well. Okay, let's do this. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. It's a free Steam game, yeah. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the moment forever. Or you could wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Smack that clock up and at 'em. Throw the clock out the window and stay in bed forever. That sounds good. You slept through the school year and gave up the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to meet Colonel Sanders. Was that game over? Can we try that again? Yeah, you know, I think this game kind of warrants it. You sleep softly. Yeah, we're done with this. We've done this. Smack that clock up and at 'em. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Your mind begins to wander. Right, you need to take this seriously. You allow yourself to daydream a bit, thinking about the future. We need to take this seriously. We're going to culinary school. I'd better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. You bust through your morning checklist. Teeth brushed, hair combed, pits deodorised, nothing can stop you now. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the door and head off to class. What have I got? A bit of classic vodka and some kind of blue stuff. Just what you needed to get your blood flowing. Probably not the best thing to have for breakfast, to be fair. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Good morning, chicken popcorn. Are you excited for your first day of the rest of our lives? Actually, because I am. Excited? A little nervous? Okay, a lot nervous. What's the... It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in my food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? I'm sure there's another job you could go for if you fail KFC school. Nah, not straight. Classic Miriam, raised by master chef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're going to do great. But with University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning's famous 3-day, only semesters, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. A sweet girl Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth, practicing on a mannequin. That's something you don't really want to admit. You going to this uni, are you? You're going to be in for a great time. Okay, should you pep talk her or change the subject to give her some relief? Pep talk your best friend. Change the subject to school gossip. What should we do here? Let's do a bit of pep talk. Remember last month when we saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares, I've been trying to forget. I know she looked spooky, but she was so sweet, and she told me that you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy looking tower and that other card featuring the handsome fellow in a red suit? I've been waiting so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time we'll be graduating, and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. I really, really wish I had KFC right now. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease. You know what, maybe everything will be okay after all, and if not, at least I have these killer bangs. Can you believe I cut them myself? You can definitely believe it. I cannot believe it. Before you get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your boots and custom engraved measuring spoons out your hands and onto the ground. Hey, it's Ashley, your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants and she knows it. She looks like... Is it Jessie from Team Rocket? Awesome, Waluigi. Yeah, I mean, let's stop here for a second. I've only heard stuff about this game that's pretty good. It's not that long either. I mean, pretty good for a dating sim. I've never played a dating sim in my life. So, you know, it's one off my bucket list, I guess. Hello, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. You leave chicken popcorn shins alone. They are perfectly normal shins. You can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. I was going to say, I've never seen anyone's name, or anyone called Ashley, named like that before, or spelt like that before. If anyone knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. We're not going to let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight you can see him casually working out on his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rocking glutes. Van? You rang? You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. That guy, he looks like he shouldn't be at you. Yeah. That guy looks well out of place. Oh my god, I actually almost have. My old boss spelled her as Ashley. I've seen women called Ashley, or guys for that matter, called Ashley that way as well. Anyway, I can't believe the University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You'd think they'd just hand us our diplomas now. Or maybe hire us on as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's just no time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam.
Oh.
See you later, losers. Who is that? As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to her. Did he just fart? I don't know. Oopsie. I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. I love you. I think you mean thank you? My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop is old. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. That kid looks like 10 years old. Unless he is like some, I don't know, master chef that, I don't know, advanced school way too quick. Hi Pop, I'm Chicken Popcorn, so are you going to make me hold this door all day? Nope. And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you.
Aww.
Is it just me, or is he kind of cute? She's got issues. I think it's just you. He's some kind of genius kid, but he can't even read his own name. That is a very good point. He's not that much of a genius, I would say then. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at a podium at the front of the class. Adorable. Now, quiet down, everyone. Sprinkles. Sprinkles, the dog professor. Why is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in our culinary class? Hey, Alex. The world would be a much better place if all university professors were with dogs, I guess. You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCS AL. Please call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and a little and fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woof. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever? I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom. Yeah, it would have been a whole different story. If they had dog professors teaching IT, I would have gone to uni, you know, straight away. Hey Tyler, welcome. I'm chilly. Someone close the window. And then he walks in. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. I love the fact that I thought he was supposed to be the professor in this game. He's a student and he's got white hair and a white goatee. Okay. It's him. It's... If it isn't my favourite student, Harland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. Please, call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolled through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you and you're not entirely wrong. You should shave your facial hair. I tell you what, earlier on when I was deciding to stream this, I was thinking I needed to get like a white wig or something and colour my goatee or something. Grow it out a bit. And this over here must be Sweaty Sweatsalop. Maybe we should open that window back there before Fawcett Pit melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. Hold on a second, nobody talks to my friend like that. You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what is with you all your really weird insults? Hey Major. Do you really love Mr. Sanders? He was the man that brought us the Zinger Burger. The popcorn, well actually not the popcorn chicken, but the bucket of chicken at least. You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class, and what is with all your really weird insults? Besides, when chicken popcorn sweats, it's not gross, it's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. You take a moment to clean yourself up. It's a good thing you didn't forget about that deodorant this morning. This classroom is hot, hot, hot. Who's that guy with the 5 head in the background? That is a very good question. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Welcome to the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. His voice just changed. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears, there will be blood. There might even be adorable tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss. Quiet! Late to the class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Hey David, welcome. Who knew that Colonel Sanders would have his own video game and bring his chicken bucket madness to the virtual world? Well, I tell you what, this stream is going to be a bit mad. I'm just warning you all. Now, all we need is a game about McDonald's. I played the McDonald's game. Burger King's got a game as well. Don't you recognise me? This is my third year in this school with you as my teacher. Everybody stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students, that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it on here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. Okay, now things did get weird. Hey Niall. Got a plan, more? Clank. The class bursts into laughter. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air, takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. You've never heard a talking dog... Sorry, let's get that right. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. Hey Daito, welcome to the madness. You decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket, but what kind? So what do? Do we give him a beef treat? Dogs do like beef treats. A rubber ball. I know my dog, she loves rubber balls. She loves all of this stuff. Or a chicken snack. Firstly, I'm like wondering why the heck is the dog my professor? But secondly, I'm thinking this game is about chicken. Should we go for chicken snack? Your dog likes beef. Dogs like anything. My dog will just eat whatever you put in your hand, to be fair. You reach behind beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkle's eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favourite. Who'd have thought? A game about KFC and the dog's favourite is the chicken. Well. I think there might be some competition for new star students. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hands slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. Lovely. You see the other students eyeing your jealousy, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavours on them at all times. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. I keep saying this. I need to get my Twitch emote sorted. Dogs are almost like seagulls. They could eat a wrench and a pack of screw. Oh, she's clever enough not to eat that. Trust me, I've tried. No, I haven't tried. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds... We've done this. As everyone rushes to claim their favourite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only two options remain. Hey, chicken popcorn, there's still a seat here. It's... How were we doing his voice? It seems that no one has... I forgot what I gave his voice now. It seems that no one has claimed this seat next to me if you're interested. Sit by Colonel Sanders, sit by best friend. So I don't get what we're doing here. Are we trying to date Colonel Sanders? Or are we trying to date the best friend? I mean, the temptation of Colonel Sanders is strong, you know? But maybe he'll get jealous if I go with the best friend. Let's go and sit by Miriam. Sorry, am I a girl or a boy in this? I haven't quite figured that out yet. Daitu, no, I've still got one more stream to do. It's going to come, I don't know when, but I want to get it sorted soon. You move to take your seat by Miriam. I'm so glad to have you near me to support me through this class. Of course, you're my best friend. Who else would I sit by? Colonel Sanders? He has such a magnetic personality, and there's a seat open right next to him. If you had sat there, you might have gotten to know him a little better. Am I streaming on Saturday? Possibly. I'm not 100%. I'm out tomorrow night for a birthday, so it honestly depends how I feel like on Saturday, whether I'll be doing stuff. Date the Colonel and imagine how rich he is and all that free... Oh, that is a good point. Can we go back? Can we go back here? No. Guys, I've made a grave mistake. Colonel Sanders... Yeah, we've done that. I'd never sacrifice our friendship. Besides, I'm sure I'll get a chance to talk to him later in the semester. I've got 3 whole days. That's like a lifetime. Oh, fair play. No worries. Well, I hope everything goes okay at uni. That's kind of better, Daitu. That's kind of working. So you say, but now that Miriam mentions it, that Colonel Sanders is just so darn dreamy. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz. Yay, a quiz about me. This incredibly important and surprising short quiz will tell me if you're all ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. If train A is travelling to point B and train B is travelling to point A, how important it is to wash your hands before cooking? Do you need to wash your hands? Sorry, is that what you're supposed to do? That's such a random question as well. Always wash your hands. That's right. Forest is to tree as chicken is to feather. Night vision goggles, a slam dunk. Forest is to tree as chicken is to feather. That's right. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? A comically oversized fork, a meat tenderizer, or a spork? Now, a comically oversized fork does sound kind of funny, but it's got to be a spork, surely. That's right. What food is best for a broken heart? Anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. Camel meat. A pancake that looks like a silly face. That's the top one. That's right. Camel meat. I don't know if I want to try camel meat. I'm a bit picky on the meats. I usually stick to your standard stuff, really. Is Sprinkles a good boy? No, he's the talking dog that teaches at culinary school. He is the best boy. Definitely. That's right. I still can't get over the dog as a professor. We got a perfect score. Wow! Be honest, did you cheat? You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. He's noticed us. You only like beef and chicken. Beef and chicken are the best. Pork is good. Lamb? No, not really. Hey Ruben, what are you doing? That's a very good question. We are playing a dating sim about KFC. What's wrong with that? Have you got an issue with that? You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. I know we just met, but I have to confess, I think you have a beautiful brain. Hot diggity, chicken popcorn. You just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that reference. No, but you're going to be getting a KFC. Good stuff. I tell you what, I haven't really gone to KFC lately. I think I've been once in about a month. I was hoping KFC might take notice of my stream today and send me a bucket of chicken, but no luck there. What's going on? May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch. Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Did you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just wanted to apologise for my tardiness. You see, I was. Howdy, folks. I like to. Every time I do his voice, it changes. Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, I was. It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. But I. Shh. Lunch, lunch, lunch. She said shh. In honour of the... Oh, guys. Too much. In honour of the new semester, I have prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. I think he had more like a British voice before. I really suck at keeping the same voices. That must be the smell I smelled. Indeed. That smell. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has crafted. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumours true? Is this? Oh, look at that chicken. Steaming. That is what I am talking about. I'm jealous. It's a free game. It's free. Completely free. Colonel Sanders lifts a bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer. I've never seen anything so beautiful as that bucket of chicken. Even if it is a drawing. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelopes you and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken. What a novel concept. Ah, hang on. Is this like the inception of KFC? So we're going back to when Colonel Sanders, well, like in an alternative universe, I guess, when Colonel Sanders was young in the 21st century type of thing. Major, no worries. Take it easy. Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years, I have been developing... I like this school. When I went to school, all we got was cold mash, meat of some kind that was not very nice, and some spotted dick with custard. Man, I would have killed for some KFC. Oh, if only. What was that? Bear with me a sec. That's weird. For years, I've been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavours. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. What, you think you want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Nah, my dude, nah. I'm just drafting a last will and testament in case one of these ingredients is poison. Got him? He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. You wait to see what zinger Ashley is prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I know at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry a chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realises that he is destined for greatness and fame. With cooking skills like this, she wants him all to herself. Oh, please. Well, Van, the man, if you don't want any, I'll take his. Whoa. Hold on, I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. I tell you who would be doing his nut at this. Old naked chef himself, Jamie Oliver. He'd be going mental with the Colonel rolled up in the UK schools. Yeah, I think he would as well. We should start a Twitter campaign, KFC for schools. Actually, probably not a good idea. Easy now, there is enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of his bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you into another dimension. Right, okay then. Focus your mind and meditate on this moment. Try and identify every flavour. Savour the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart, or swim towards the light. I don't know, swim towards the light is actually quite tempting right now. Focus your mind and meditate. Try and identify every flavour. I don't know, there's two options we could go for. The flavours in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy. Yeah, I think the chicken was laced with something here. Those herbs, they weren't your normal herbs. Alone with the flavours, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man, for a flavour, are they the same? After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. We're going to approach him. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he is doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef? What exactly was on that chicken? I'm feeling a bit unsure at the minute. Ha ha ha! How bold to come out and ask. I guess it was before they perfected the recipe. And I guess they are at university. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavours that will make my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester is only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. He's clearly not going to give up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. Yeah, David, I think you're on... Yeah. onto something there. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel? Shouldn't learning be fun? You've got moxie, I'll give you that. Moxie? Sounds like a disease. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but I can't tell. I use blank. It's something my great-grandfather taught me. Great-grandmother. Wow. You'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you get some if you searched. Hey, Mr. Leon, welcome. What we all want to know is the Colonel a leg or breast man? I hope he's a breast man. While you wraps up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. He can also disappear, apparently. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue after I've graduated. It sounds like you have big plans. I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. Mr. Leon, he did have a voice. It keeps changing. I don't know how long I can put up doing the voice. Right, neg him to show your own strength. Wow him with a big idea to add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. Be modest but thoughtful. Belong together, right. So we need to show our personality to him. Neg him. Wow him with a big idea to add additional ingredient. Be modest but thoughtful. What should we go for then? I'm leaving this in your hands. Wow him with a big idea? Are we thinking about that? You know about that? I was thinking about your secret recipe. I don't doubt it. It is a way of leaving an impression on who will taste it. You decide to show him that you also know a thing or two about blowing minds with new flavours. I actually had some thoughts on how you could improve it. Improve it? You want to change my secret recipe and you think you can do better? Have you ever heard of habanero peppers? Heard of them? I tend an entire garden of chili pepper varieties. Habanero, poblano, cayenne. But that's not the point. You just can't toss new ingredients into my secret recipe and expect to improve it. A recipe is about balance. It involves careful consideration and refinement. I didn't mean to. Let this be the last time you improvise on my recipes. Chicken popcorn. I'm headed back to the class for my next lesson. He didn't sound happy, did he? He's like frowning at me. You better head back inside, but you wait a moment so that Colonel Sanders doesn't think you're desperately chasing after him. You step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place, it's magnificent. Finally we get to show our stuff off. Wait a second, oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not going to blow anything, except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations. Hey Pat, Rick, how you doing? Welcome students to the cooking arena. For today's lesson we're going to be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of two, that is, me and you, if that wasn't clear. Want to be my partner?
Aww.
Sure, chicken popcorn, I'll prepare our station. Doing good. I tell you what, let's have a 30-second break. I'm I'm actually quite liking Mario Kart Tour. I don't like the monetization aspect, but I honestly, none of that's really bothered me for the minute. Yeah, the only downside is it tends to use the battery up pretty quick on my mobile phone. But I think I've gotten okay at it. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. Two different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner. Beep, bop, blurb. Oh my, two potential partners. I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. It looks like you have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask for to be Miriam's partner? I'm going to go with the robot. This is a PC game. It's on Steam. It's completely free. Hey, why am I not in SSBU? Thoughts on MK Tour? I wish there was a new Mario Kart for the Switch rather than mobile, but it's okay. I've only played it for an hour and a half, so I need more time with it. Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Clank today. It's okay, I already ate. It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this juncture. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Wop, wop, wop. Hold on there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet. Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. There's... Tissue? I hardly know you. Clank judders and the panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. Looks like you two will be fine. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. Alright you two, for today's lesson you're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island, it takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Right, steak tartare seems easy enough. It's fancy and you don't even need to cook it. Using octopus will blow Colonel Sanders... Oh, you sick people. Octopus. Your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. Steak tartare. I don't think any of those. However, I know KFC in America does... I have a feeling they do mashed potato. Is Colonel Sanders going to steal our sort of family recipe? I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes. And gravy? I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. Octopus. Oh, every anime's got to have octopus. Not always in a good way. Yeah, the only thing I think with Mario Kart Tour is they're asking for $5 or £5 a month, which is quite expensive. For a year of that, you could buy a brand new game on the Switch. I don't know. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business, and you better keep your fingers off my man. Can't they get together? He looks like a right douche. Did someone call for me? Oh, no, jeez, Van. While I'm over here crushing chicken popcorn's dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was a deal, remember? Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you. and your old friends. Oh, howdy there, Ashley. Van, are you working in a quartet instead of a duet now? Actually, no. It looked like Chicken Popcorn was struggling, so we offered to give him a hand. You know how it is, these young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Doubt it. Don't be rude, Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complete complementary shadows? We fit together like a fly and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel if you don't watch out. It's all kicking off. Paul, no worries. You take it easy. Thanks for stopping by. Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunker punks, in your time of need. Turn to Miriam, your forever bestie who always has your back. I'm going to get some backup from my bestie, Miriam. You turn to Miriam, and as soon as you find her, she senses it and looks back. This girl's friend in need radar is second to none. She immediately comes running over. Is somebody threatening my friend? I will destroy them! I actually think that Ashley and Van would just leave it. Leaving you in the dust vis-a-vis my skills as a chef perhaps, but stepping away from this competition, you are sorely mistaken. Miriam, you're a loyal friend, but Chicken Popcorn is my partner for today's activity. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realise that in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture, with plenty of butter and cream for flavour, as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. I know what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat out of which pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. They don't do potato dishes in the UK, not to my knowledge. If anyone else is in the UK and has had like mashed potato, let me know. I don't like it, but I've never seen it in KFC. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The result looks spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Yeah, the mashed potato with gravy it's not doing it for me. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together you dig the utensil into that mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. Hey Roy, why is everyone so surprised? I've been talking about this game for weeks. Yeah, it is the dating sim. It's one to knock off the bucket list, isn't it? I've never played a dating sim in my life. And I'm a big fan of KFC, so dating sim, KFC, here we are. And then filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. 3rd degree burns. Van, do something! You've been told not to play this game by people in other people's streams. Why? Yeah, that guy, I just noticed, does seem to have a star for a hairstyle. Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realises that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hey Turd, welcome. Hold on right there, chicken popcorn. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands. Can I... Sorry, what? Can I as potatoes face? Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand. Oh man. Now, I tell you what, that looks good. I'm not a big mashed potato fan, but... Sorry, what? That doesn't look good. That's octopus. I thought that was potato. Mashed potatoes with gravy, pathetic. In just a few minutes, I prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my speciality. Braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce. Plated on a battle axe blade forged by my supreme chef ancestors. It looks impressive, but I'm going to have to say no. Maybe it turns out Van is Ronald, but octopus, would he go that low? You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have first bite, and you will all look at me with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van, swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed. It may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. I love the fact the dog looks like he's going to vomit. Too late. It has been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. Sorry, what? It killed him? Everyone step back, don't take another bite. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up in Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for just a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self. Oopsie. Tastes like poison. The entire class has gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They are as motionless as statues. Class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons. That was lucky, wasn't it? Why do I have the tag? Because I didn't change it. I don't know if it will update. Right, okay. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's... Yep, sorry, repeating. I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. Ghost of student. Hello. I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. You've eaten squid before. I think I might have been... So when I was younger, I thought I was given chips in Spain, and after I'd eaten them, I was told they were squid. Now I'm not sure if they were joking around or what, but I don't know. It didn't taste exactly like chips. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please let me walk you home. What? Like for real? Oh, come on. You follow Colonel Sanders out the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realise I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me of why I've become so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you found inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings. Wow. It turns out I'm developing feelings for the guy. Colonel Sanders. Yes, chicken popcorn. There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Oh jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I'd be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I've been working toward that dream. Day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also, lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you... Shut up! I'm the only one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him, we're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. What? The spork monster is here to fight a hero. Oh, that was it, calamari. That's what I think was supposed to be in it. What is that? I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me with just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotion level? Be afraid, be very afraid of me because I'm a monster, see? Isn't he rhyming on purpose or is that just coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. Of course it is. What dating sim wouldn't be without a turn-based fighting sequence? What will you do? Defend or attack? Let's attack. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with love. That's all I've got. Cook with love does 1 damage. It just got real. That attack really upsets Sport Monster. Sport Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. Let's defend. You decide to defend. Which defense will you use? Trepidation. You continue to stay back and endure whatever comes your way. Seems like a pretty weird strategy, but okay, sure. You do you. Spot Monster focuses their mash mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth. Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? Let's go for an attack. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with love again. Does 1 damage. Spot Monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble. They go on the attack once again. Spork Monster uses Utility Tensile. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take too much more damage, you're not going to survive the bat. Oh, right. Let's defend. Decide to defend. Which defense will you use? Buff up. No one can control this much buffness. You start to feel bloated and, quite frankly, a little gassy. You better attack soon or you're likely to explode. You decide to go on the attack. Cook with love. Let's go for chow down. Does 2 damage. Powerful blow. Spork Monster is oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who's going to have to clear that up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares for its ultimate attack. Rounded Edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Hot pipe! Power pinch! Does 10 damage. Spork monster is defeated. You've saved me. An injured spork monster spews steam into the night. Forget mercy. Finish him. Spare this wretched beast. I want to finish him. No student will ever walk the quad in fear again. This monster messed with the wrong chef. Attack. You ready your final attack. You never survived my student debt loan destruction. Spork monster is completely vaporised. Colonel Sanders looks in on awe. You can continue to surprise me, chicken popcorn. Defeated monster left behind a special item. What's the chances it's a spatula? Oh, it appears to at first be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells, with a golden chicken on the cover. Man, that was pretty manic. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko. Borko? That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realise that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if he could have made it without him. What a guy. Such a legend, Colonel Sanders. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up around you as you are tucked in tightly. What a gentleman. Good night, my Colonel. Is that BTS in the background? I haven't a clue. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird, actually. Chicken. You awake on day 2, attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might like... Sorry, what? She likes a robot? Like him? Like? I know it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. We got to talking after class and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Do you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school? I'm not surprised. That man can cook chicken. No, but that does make complete sense. Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to. And also was the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade. I'm thinking maybe something got lost in pressure cooker language translation. Either way, maybe it'll be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders? The coolest guy in school? The most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School? Academy for Learning? You're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. Oh, yeah, I know. You haven't lived unless you've had a dream about flying on top of a drumstick. Colonel Sanders as played by Bill Cosby. Yeah. Sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices. Secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favour I could have some of my own. Please Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later when I cooked them with them, a very strange feeling came over me and the flavour was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyway, we both share an interest in cooking, so we're staying in touch, you know, like pen pals. I bet we'd love to know more about new spices. I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe. And besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'll be much use to anyone. Fibber. Please, please, please! It would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. Tell me the ingredient Colonel Sanders told you. I can't reveal. He told me in strict confidence. I'm not going to give his secret away. I'm going to make up a fake ingredient. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know. How about it was I have Newt? If it was, I wouldn't be eating KFC anymore, I tell you that. It was I have Newt. I know, sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? I have Newt. Wow. Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around, she does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. It can only be the one and only Colonel Sanders. Arriving on his horse. Stand back and admire his majestic glory. Let's run to him. Decide that the best way to show Miriam how serious you and Colonel Sanders are would be to run to him. Surely he'll sweep you up onto the back of his stallion and you'll ride away together. That'll show her good. Oh, Colonel! Uh-oh. However, your sudden movement surprised the horse. Rears up, kicking you directly in the face. The force of the blow completely knocks you out cold. Oh, we're back to the darkness. This game is crazy. They did good. I think it's quite for a free game, you know. I've played like other games. Burger King made a game. It was complete rubbish. Whereas at least they seem to have put some effort into this one. In the darkness, you see a vision. Oh, chicken popcorn. I'm here to deliver. I'm here to deliver you a message. Not this guy. It is important that you remember this exactly as I say it. Ooh. If you forget, the world could end, so you know it's serious. I have been trapped in a realm beyond, but a great prophecy relies on my return. Only you can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times. I've watched Candyman. Repeating names 3 times is... You don't want to be doing that. And that name is... But before he can continue, suddenly awake. Oh, jeez. You awake to find Colonel Sanders tending to you. He roused you back to life with a satchel of secret spices, or is that just his natural seasoned musk? Compliment him, lean in for a kiss. That might be a bit sudden. Maybe you shouldn't be riding a horse to school, and maybe you shouldn't be running up to animals you don't know. It's hard to say who was in the wrong here. But one thing for sure is that Colonel Sanders is pretty dreamy. That horse has beautiful shoes. I could really feel how smooth... Sorry, are we actually complimenting the horse's shoes that kicked me in the face? That's nice to hear. No one truly appreciates good craftsmanship anymore. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your two rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad. How are they still at school when they straight up murdered one of their fellow students? Beetlejuice, yeah, Beetlejuice, Candyman, Bloody Mary. That's how it always works. Say the name 3 times. You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Tell them to stop acting immature. Act like you're not interested in them, but really try and get close. Let's try that. You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You ever hear Van Van mutter something that sounds a bit like a magic spell? However, he noticed you eavesdropping. You try and cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. Ahem, it's time for class and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the Empire of Cooking, are you? What, you make the rules? I'm not sure you know a good meal if I ate you. It ate you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what it was they were hiding. You instantly recognise it. It's that book. It's a book just like the one you found after your encounter with the spork monster. That's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing! Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Hey Krabby Bell, welcome. Beep beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot, teaches him a lesson. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Biz womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer. Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Grabby Bell, thanks for the follow. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van. Van Van, what name is that? Sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely, he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least, or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologise for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. Sprinkles stops in his tracks and sniffs the air around you. Something has him in a trance. It's the scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkles jumps on you and licks your face. Who's a good boy? Down, boy! Down! Off toppin'! That command shouted by Colonel Sanders has snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what's up with that. Do you know who this reminds me of? You guys have watched Aladdin, yeah? So you got Jafar with his scepter, is it? Kind of like the chicken maybe is trancing people, I don't know. I'm probably completely off there, but... Sorry, I got a little carried away there. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favourite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson, truly you do. Which is why, in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, chicken popcorn? I'm confused now. Is he offering me chicken popcorn? Or is he just... That's my name, of course. Naturally, this appears to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? A glass of water, a shimmering pepper, or a dog biscuit? Now, a glass of water, why? That's boring. A dog biscuit? I would rather not. A shimmering pepper? I do like my spice. A brightly coloured pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in the most eye-catching way, so naturally you reach out, grab it and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. We've been triggered again. The pepper has triggered intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend, ooh. This guy again? I'm here to give you an important message. Ooh. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying, to fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... Sorry, I think I've still got some spice stuck in my throat. It's fine, I'll work through. To fulfill... the prophecy. You must. You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Oh man. You come to and find everyone is staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth and now it's gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes, I'm sure he'll give you some someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via time competitive cook-off. Whose picture is in the back? What, that guy? We're trying to figure out who that is, Leon. I haven't a clue. Does anyone know in the chat? Is it maybe someone to do with KFC? Maybe it's like one of the biggest fans of KFC, I don't know. Maybe they won a competition. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Demand that they stop wasting everyone's time. Step up and tell them, you're on. Could be a CEO, that's what I was thinking. A bit of lunchtime competition, huh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with your fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it. I'm not the fool, you're the fool. Good one, Van. I like your gumption. Chicken popcorn. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sporting court. Finally, a little sense, you breathe a sign of relief. At least, not until we turn on the timer. And then a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. Aroo! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. You had this chicken and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him once again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast, as the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. Right, it always boils 100 seconds after you turn the heat on, 100 C, 100 Fahrenheit. Oops. What were you thinking, chicken popcorn? Get your head in the game. You're going to need this season to this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. 7. It's 10. And I know my KFC. I was way too quick to click that. I've seen schnatchers with better sense than that, and the Minish kind no less. You're right, Krabby Bell. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. Vigilance, trust, gratitude. I'm getting all of these wrong. Hey FTV Seb, it is a very long game title. I tell you what, I was wondering if they were trying to get the world record for longest game name, but I don't think it is. I think there's maybe one other. I'm begging you to get it together. Get it? I'm a dog. It's never the wrong time for some dog jokes. Please, no. I'm not doing that from the beginning. For a second I thought we were going to have to go back to beginning the game. That was a close call. Right, I know the answers now. Right, let's skip through this. Let's get back to where we were. FTV, am I brave enough to try it? I'm not going to get it, I can tell you this. You can try. My maths, I've never been great at maths. Right, okay, let's do this. Let's get the timer started. Right, okay. Aroo! Right, 100C, yeah. That's right, but how would you have even gotten into the school without knowing that? When it gets to rub my furry belly, now that enticing offer, will that enticing offer motivate you? You're going to need to season this chicken. 10. Is it 10 or 11? 11. That's right, you might not know all the ingredients yet. This is not Seb. Trust me now, thank you for the follow. Enjoy the stream. Let's get this done. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. Gratitude or vigilant trust. No. I'm begging you to get it together. Get it? Yep. Next question. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. Anyway, when you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness that energy. So where does it come from? Aru! You try to shut out the noise. What is the sound of success? Silence. You notice Colonel Sanders out the corner your right. I believe in you, chicken popcorn. Is actually cheering you on. Which would be awesome, except no one is watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy? Too quick. Brr. You're stranded on desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? You know what? Shouldn't you be focusing on the challenge? You're falling behind. I'm just going to go with a random. What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken? Woof woof. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mix and as you do, the crowd glass. Yikes! Zipped. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilised in the kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. Where you might not have any hands, but chicken popcorn does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. Sorry, what did I miss? I think you found you. I think I found you a girlfriend, ADHD Corey. It's good. I don't think we need to worry too much about. Sorry, what is this? 1 + 2 + 3 + 4 plus. Hang on, that would be. Would it be 12 billion? No. 12,345,679,20 something like that. I don't know. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realise how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed. Chicken popcorn, no! But you're not fast enough. What the heck? And your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. It's 165. Okay, well, I cheated, and that's what it gave me. So, I don't know. Everyone stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Oh, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of chicken popcorn's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavour that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nugget, and pearls of blueberry jelly. That looks weird. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. Hee hee. As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his moustache. Internalise the rage you feel. Put yourself between them. You reach out with your apron to wipe the sauce off his glistening face. Colonel Sanders recoils and brushes you back. This goatee isn't just a fashion statement, it's also functional. I was saving that flavour for later. That's messed up. What? Do we really have to do all that again? I was going to say I lost my hand. Right, okay. Let's skip this. Maybe I needed to answer all of the questions then. Correct. Okay. Small town where... Oh, this is new. Deep in it. No, it's wrong. Was it silence? Bubbling? No. Not again. No. Yeah, it goes so quick. Yeah, we've met the same fate. Although it does go on a bit, doesn't it? I would rather just restart and then continue. Right, let's do this. Come on, 100. Yep. 11. Is it gratitude? Yep. Oh, it was silence. Huh? Okay, so basically, you get all the... Yeah. You need to get all of the questions right, otherwise it starts adding random questions to it. Okay. Hopefully for the final time. Okay. What? You are stranded on a desert island with only one dessert. I don't get this. I've answered all of the answers. Maybe I just... Flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash. They fall off your face, which means people have a hard time. Not to mention, you run for the quad... Oh, right. Is that all I needed to do? That's all I had to do was change the last bit. The questions weren't really... Or at least I hope. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. He won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that running with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is part of life, not just for you, but all of us. Do you think I'll never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before. Enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful and motivated. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way. But I fought other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and well-known kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy already could use a hug. I resolved that when I was going to amount to something, no amount of hours, labour or money would deter me from giving the best I could give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure, it's honest, it's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening shadowy presence. It's a sport monster. Gorko, the sport monster, is here to fight a hero. Is anyone else feeling a bit of deja vu? I'm sorry, Gorko, but I could have sworn we already battled you last night. That was Borko, my twin, and I, Gorko, am here to avenge them. Are you stronger than Borko? Well, we're twins, so no, not really. We're pretty much exactly equal in every way. Why do you ask? Colonel Sanders smirks. He was already on the same page as you. Just that we beat Borko pretty easily, so I don't really think we've got much of a chance. You don't have much of a chance, not to mention, I feel really guilty about that. If I could take it back, I would. Hey Lightgazer. Yeah, it's not bad. It's weird. But in a good way. I suppose we really don't need to fight. Sorry. I suppose we really don't need to fight. It's just that I've got these pointy teeth and claws. All the better for enjoying tasty foods. Surely you like to eat. Don't we all? Of course I do. Inspiration strikes and you come up with a quick idea. Chomp on this. You toss a biscuit into Gorko's open mouth, devours it in one gulp. Delicious. You're much nicer than the evil students who once upon a time turned me into this creature who stands here today. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. You were human once? It's a very weird game. Well, no, I was a chihuahua, but I was still a student at this school until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me and I was forever transformed. A magic spellbook? Precisely. Bork, I used to have a copy, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef. You shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear, I'll be there. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen alive. Chicken, popcorn, together I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. Personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like. But it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond. Looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavours and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be. Describe him. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps. Reveal it or keep it a secret. I'm going to reveal it, he told me. One of his ingredients. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original Oh, here we go. He's going to steal my idea, or we're going to go into business together. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back to this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realise that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Hey Jack, how you doing? Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. He... I love the fact the baby's still got the tash and the goatee. Yeah. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Very good question. Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders, standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheering them. Look closely and see there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Tap on the item to discover. Let's go for the urn. It's dusty. When you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. Here lies the ashes of all my past careers and business failures. Poor guy. This must be where he keeps his secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared? Sorry, what does that say? Shasira style. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet, find a row of his signature white suits. You take one of its hanger and try it on. Jacket is a bit big, but it's soft and comfortable. Sashimi, right. We're trying, Jack. We're trying my best here. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Sashimi, sir. I don't know what that is. I've never heard that word before. Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. Decide that now is your moment. You tell him you're cold, you fess up and tell the truth. Should we try and make our big move? Dunno, we could fess up and tell the truth. Maybe he likes the more honest route. We're going to make our big move. Well, that was a game over. It's not that type of game. Okay, I thought it was. I thought it was a dating simulator. Hey V-Bucks, why not? Why not? I love KFC. And it's a bit of a laugh, you know? Don't take life so seriously. Though I don't like the fact we've got to go back all through this all over again. Yeah, it goes way too far back. Click on the item. Yeah, we've done that. We've got a... that. Let's put on the... You tell him you're cold. Let's go with that. Colonel Sanders smiles and scoots close to the fireplace. It's warm by the fire. Why don't you come a little closer? Indeed, nothing wrong with chicken. The fact it's a dating simulator, well, I don't actually think it really is. It's quite basic as something like that. I think it's more just the craziness of the game. Final exams are tomorrow. You should be thinking about what you're going to cook. I should be home studying. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, chicken popcorn? I honestly think this might be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right, we should take things slow. We're going to drift off into a slumber, but first, let's have a weird woo dream sequence. Chicken. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast and your mouth waters. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's... oh, look at that. That is beautiful. Metacalicious. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? Well, if you keep buying chicken like that, or making it. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Take him down a peg, we'll flatter him. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. That is an awesome breakfast. You can't turn that down. Business partner, could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion. Well, this is the thing. Biscuits is definitely an American thing. There's a couple other YouTube channels I watch, and they're always having like biscuits and gravy and what is it? Butternut biscuits or butter biscuits, something like that from Popeyes. It just sounds like something I should try at least. But no, they don't do any of that stuff over it. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, I was. But now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. What was this with the robot? Since I've been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him you better keep your dials turned in to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know that little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving. Skydiving? He's got friends, he's a robot, he skydives. Things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say skydiving if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? That is a pretty amazing first date, actually. Never forget that. Why does someone want to date C. Sanders? I tell you what, right, I never knew what this game was about. I didn't know that you had to date Colonel Sanders. Honestly, I thought you were dating, like, his students. I didn't realise he wasn't the professor. The professor is a dog. Oh yeah, is that BTS up in the top left, I guess? Anyway, I'm not really sure where I stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her a whole story. However, bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection, wowzers. Miriam offers to support you. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your two rivals, Team Rocket. Pumped up Team Rocket. You can tell from a distance they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp the fact. I still can't believe these two are going to university when they killed someone. That's just weird. They obviously don't care about it. You can be a straight up murderer here. Because you know his Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dip too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Is that guy's Horus? Yes. Yeah, it looks like a star, doesn't it? It's weird. Because I'm literally the biggest person at his school. There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You got some nerve, chicken popcorn, suggesting I pick on a defensive horse. Now you're twisting my words and I won't have it. Clench your fist. The injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. I forgot about that. So yeah, apparently I stuck my hand in a whisker. And, well, I haven't got a hand anymore by the sounds of it. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well give up. I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Chicken popcorn, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you're back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke an hour winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavour of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. There's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, chicken popcorn. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Chicken Popcorn. Oh, my voice is starting to really hurt now. I think we're getting nearer to the end. I think we're on the last day, so... Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spellbook you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's the book? It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of an extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell here that says it will raise anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way too drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else, not rooted in dark magic? Maybe a tie. Maybe tie a string around your finger. I don't like that girl's attitude. Okay, fine. It is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. I don't know. I don't want to cast a forbidden spell, just in case we get a game over. You take your girl's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you to know, I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you, it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. You must be hungry, reach for some old homework to give him as a snack. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terence! I told you never to come back here, Terence! I will destroy you, Terence! Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terence? You better not show your chubby little cheeks around here ever again! After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. I apologise for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Chicken Popcorn, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see. But before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills all over into the class. I told you to save it after class. You think I want it to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clamp appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. But no, you had to show off your cool kid friends, Jeff and Joan, Jay and Joe, forever. Watch us form a triangle in mid-air as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great day. Beep. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Beep. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Beep. Bzz. No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Yikes. Oh. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where he's come from. He's been cheating on her. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public outbreak to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition. Showdown Challenge Exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. Yeah, she seems clumsy. Your average teen... Well, I don't know if she's teenager or early 20s, but... Whatever. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in a class like that, in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm going to say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're going to cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not. Well, maybe sort of, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it. And a ranch bag big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives me a big hug, wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog's going to love it up. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch. That's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off Van, the supposed man, and his evil counterpart Ashley. Or Aishley, is that supposed to be? I've been calling her Ashley, but maybe that's not how you pronounce it. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, Chicken Popcorn's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes around second nature to you, and you'll be able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Chicken Popcorn, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualising success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualising, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something for delicious. You usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick up to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Fess up about your practice. We got to fess up. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualising. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell. Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie. Mmm, I want a chicken pot pie. With all butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no, I can smell that it was made with a helping of THC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Do KFC do chicken pot pies? Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground. Should you really have a dog in a kitchen. Come on, people. I mean, KFC is using this game to, I would assume, promote KFC. Having a dog in the preparation area, it's not a good message. Tender loving care, yeah. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything you've got. There we go with the music to get us into the mood for the exam. Yeah, that's what I mean. You're not supposed to have animals. I am sending a tweet to KFC after this stream. It is a bit of a WTF game, yeah. But you know what? I like to try different games. I like to try the weird games. And this is definitely weird. Actually, it's not that bad of a game. Compared to some of the ones I've seen, I don't think it's that bad. For a free KFC game, anyway. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. Decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that will push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping widely elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Am I going to try, what, Untitled Goose Game? Yeah, most likely. I'm not too sure when yet, but I'm going to play it on the channel at some point. I hear it's quite short. I've seen the world record for the speed runs, 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. It's crazy. It does look a fun game, and yeah, like I said, I like to try these weird games out. I'm not really one to stick with like the big, you know, well-known games that everyone else is playing on their channels. I like to try some other ones. We only have a few KFC in Sweden. We've got loads. I think there's about 3 KFC nearby. They've started to deliver as well. Yeah, there's a speed run. Look it up. About 3.5 minutes. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to be go big going in small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe, fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cookie moves. Is that a thing? Is that such a thing? I'm gonna pull out my cool special cookie moves. This is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend based a blaster! Van flexes his pastorials as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and ride! Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, I was thinking that. When did Clank learn to speak English? It's a singularity as we are foretold. We mustn't let it happen or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destroy. Van quickly unplugs Clank, rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic? You've got a book of your own and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil? Yeah, let's do it. I want to use some black magic. You take out your own spellbook and let your instincts guide you to a page you've never seen. It's a summoning spell that will conjure up a spork monster. Now seems like a good time to add some chaos. You have summoned me. Ah, the broom cooking arena. So many fond memories of battling in this place, my old life. In your old life? I wasn't always the monster you see before me, no. Once I was but a student like yourself, who attended this school. The Spook Monster notices the book you're holding. I see what's going on here. Things that aren't going your way, huh? Well there, my friend, I tied to gust a spell on myself to imbue my body with the powers of my favourite foods. As you can imagine, things did not go as planned. When spells say only cast in case of emergency, they mean it. I'm kind of in a pinch here. Got any better ideas? The Spook Monster's smile curls up mischievously. For starters, never cast spells on yourself. Cast them on your rivals. Just tell me who is giving you trouble and we'll take very good care of them. You motion to Ashley. Before you can think better of this startling decision, he recites a spell that turns her into a chicken. Now a mere bird, she flaps her wings and glides off into the produce section. Far from her station. Okay. Gotta go. Bye bye. After silently watch it. See, look. You shouldn't. Right. Do not judge a game by its cover. Because you miss out. Like, I think a lot of people will miss out by not trying this out. It's crazy. It's funny. Uh-oh. This could be dangerous. You're immediately wrapped with guilt over this act of blatant transmogrification. Wow, what a word. You don't know what to do. I don't know, I want to cook her up. Would she make a good chicken zinger burger or just... Nah, it's dark. You don't know what to do. It would be poetic justice for Ashley to live out the rest of her days as a chicken, and yet that seems unspeakably cruel. After all, it is just a cooking competition. Well, can't we just, like, leave her for a few days as a chicken? I don't know, a part of me... Should I save her? Cheaters never win in the end. I'm going to save her. You turn to the next page and cast a reversal spell. Chicken Ashley immediately transforms back into herself. I hope that's taught her a lesson. Bulk. Okay. She's in shock and still exhibiting some chicken-like movements, but otherwise appears to be alright. Is it just me, or does the chicken seem remarkably fresh today? Right then you realise that Colonel Sanders witnessed your entire sabotage. Uh-oh. He is not impressed. Your heart sinks as you think of how much you might have disappointed him and ruined your chances of any kind of future. You summon extra power from deep down, give up and drop out. We're going to summon... I can do this! I've got what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. We've all got a bit DBZ. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for. Yes, chicken popcorn, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing the entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground, energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything, except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. Don't worry, dear chicken popcorn, you may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I am truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy indeed. Absolute legend. The king that brings us KFC anytime we want it. Or fried chicken anytime we want it. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried... Oh, yeah, chicken. That's my thing. Tent you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass the individual efforts. Are you suggesting? If we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union. Time's up, students. With the time expired, it's the moment everyone's been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. Handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop, clank. From off-screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. Hee, I'm flying. It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging onto a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this? When Van asked for a veggie, who am I to refuse? His voice had changed again. I thought a wedgie was a salad. Very, yeah, innocent there. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs, may I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCS AL history. It's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second, pranks, clank. Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature word beep or any other onomatopoeia, whatever that word says, but there's none. Somehow, he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please, collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow, 3 long days. Was that it? 3 days? But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. The dog gets to try the chicken. Why not? Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles in savoury soup. That is small. That cup. Where'd you get a cup like that? My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Naruto makey I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles, and some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime! Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on, I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal was being devoured. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+, rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed, she gives you a big hug. Thank you, Chicken Popcorn, for helping me to believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now, describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell, topped with caviar. That looks disgusting. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second, different coloured type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to pull at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof woof! Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grrr. Finally, Sprinkle goes all in tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Ouch! My tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction. Oh man. I can't eat this. It keepeth poketh my tongue. Disqualified! A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour? Don't discount sympathy. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to enjoy his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley. Still got a bit of a lisp. It's time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup, topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. Very posh. That doesn't actually sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at cooking school. Are you mad? Got toasting at ears or something? Chicken popcorn? I told you it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition. At a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it. And did an extremely tongue-tied. Extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realise that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the spoon cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You're disqualified. Hey Joe, thanks for the follow, the view there. The host. I got it out eventually. Indeed, I've never seen. I've seen some of these cooking competitions on TV. They always have to taste the food. Not once is it about presentation. Well, it is presentation and the taste of the food, but just presentation, no. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley. She finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley, or whatever her stupid name is, storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake, nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. Two chefs? What begun as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Again, mac and cheese, that's not a thing at KFC. We don't have mac and cheese. We don't have these potato biscuit things. We don't have mashed potato. It's so weird how KFC is so different between the UK and America, maybe some of the other countries. But I think a lot of Europe as well seems to have similar food to the UK. Yeah, display food. I've seen videos on how they make that stuff. It usually looks nice one side, but the rest of it is a mess. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I'd seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. What's he, 7? 7 years old? It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes in the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! I do like a good mac and cheese. It is easy to make, it's tasty. But yeah, a few of my friends, they won't stand the stuff, so it's not a dish for everyone. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the Van and Ashley are drawn back by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. Cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Doug is in the house! Woo! I hope my neighbours don't hear this. You know that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. For a moment you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation is clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's a sport monster. It is totally mellowed out. Everyone, the sport monster is no more. From here out, I prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's going to do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? Who do you think this is going to be? DJ ADH. We need to do a DJ stream. Hey, it's Zeb. How you doing? DJ ADH. Ooh, wiki wow. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. Yeah, we've done that. Oh, it's Pop. I thought it was going to be the Colonel. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's a crown. A crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's team. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honour of educating the son of Chancellor of such and as such. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Hang on. What's going on? Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. Who is it? I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew this the whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? Come with me if you want to live. I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I've only just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates! Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them the bucket of chicken. I'd better be getting some bucket of chicken out of this. This time, it's a full meal. So that was the potato and gravy from earlier. We had the coleslaw. Can take that back. You've got your biscuits and your bucket of chicken. The end. No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Chicken popcorn? What are you doing all sitting alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, I don't know, a spicy musk, tidy goatee and a degree from the University Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? I would love to, Colonel Sanders. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off. I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Chicken Popcorn. How sweet, we'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Work together? Well, I think this is something I just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect? He doesn't respect me as a chef? After I made a couple of really nice dishes earlier? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to enjoy sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school. Oh, my dear Chicken Popcorn, I'm sure you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. And there we go. That was a weird game. My dog is wondering what the heck is going on. Hey guys, what a weird game, but it was fun. I enjoyed it, I think. So yeah, no, I did enjoy it. I thought it was a bit different. And you know what, for a game that KFC made, it was a match made in heaven. I know. There you go. For a game that is based around KFC, it's a bit weird. But it kind of works. Guys, maybe give it a go yourself. Hey? She's not a puppy. That was great. Thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I know, yeah, I've already played Doki Doki. A year, 2 years ago, people asked me to play it, so I did. And that turned out just... I think that was a bit more bizarre. That was a weird game. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream. I know a few of you come in and were like, why are you playing this? But like I said, I wanted to laugh, you know. Don't take life so seriously. DDLC, yeah, I played that. That was weird. Yeah, if you want to check it out, go and have a look over on what's it called? Steam. Trying to have a look if there's anyone that we can go quickly raid. You know what? We're gonna go over to Lightning Farron. Let me just load the video. She's actually playing Legend of Zelda. A very different game. I do want to come back and play more of Zelda. I've got the last part of the game to do. So I will be doing that soon. Other food companies have video games. That is very true. It's just weird they went with the whole... Didn't count on spending the workday distracted by burgeoning romance with CL Sanders. There you go. Yeah. You know, that's something different that you probably didn't expect. Right, guys, over on YouTube, we're going to quickly go and raid. So the guys over on Twitch, I don't really have anyone lined up to raid. So we're going to do this. I'm going to post Lightning Farron's. Please do go ADH raid. And I will be over on that channel. If people are still over on Twitch, I'll find a raid there as well. Thanks, guys. You have a great night. I'll be back over the weekend. You have a great weekend. Take it easy. See you later.